Alright, so you are welcome back to this presentation. This one we will be talking about VLAN. So what exactly is VLAN? To start with, VLAN stands for Virtual Local Area Network. So what is the difference between a VLAN and a LAN? So you could see what we already have here is a local area network. So every device on a local area network is on the same network, right? And so what we mean by they are on the same network is they will be able to talk to each other, they will be able to share files, they will be able to connect from one system on the network to another system on the network. So there is a communication and there is sharing, right? And that makes them to be on the same network. And so that is a local area network. Now, when you take a local area network and you begin to break the local area network in such a way that certain devices will no longer be able to associate with each other, depending on which department those devices belong. And so that network is no longer a LAN, but now a virtual LAN. So what is virtual LAN? By definition, virtual LAN is the logical grouping of network users and resources. Okay, so we're not only grouping the users, but also group network resources like printers, etc. Okay, so the logical grouping of network users and resources to administratively define ports on a switch. And that's exactly what a VLAN is. Okay, so I will bring up the packet tracer so I could be able to explain further what a VLAN is. So the packet tracer is here, right? So this is the topology we worked with before, and we created yet a second switch which I named here switch 2, while the previous switch is switch 1 or SW1. So when this network was a LAN, which is a local area network, is actually still a LAN because I've not configured the VLAN yet. So all these devices here, this PC could talk to this PC, and this PC being 5.6 was able to communicate with this PC over here, which is 5.7. So all of these devices are on the same network and they're able to interact and share files, and that actually is called local area network. So devices in a LAN should be able to talk to each other. But now we want to convert this LAN to a virtual LAN where we are assuming that these three PCs are PCs used by the members of sales departments. And these other three PCs we have here are used by the members of HR departments. So people on different departments could be connected to the same switch and they're able to access each other and share resources. But again, if we want to enhance the security of this network, two things we want to achieve. We want to have privacy and we want to have confidentiality. And we want to achieve these two, we have to segment this network. Segmenting meaning we need to create a demarcation where people on sales department should not be able to communicate with any other department except sales. And people in HR department can also share information amongst themselves, which is HR, but they shouldn't be able to talk to other departments like sales, finance, ICT. Alright, so when we begin to create certain level of privacy and confidentiality in order to enhance the security of the network, we can actually achieve that using what is called VLAN. So virtual LAN is a technology that we use it within the switches to implement security on the switch and segment the network where you can no longer access anything that is not within your own department. Now you notice that the definition of VLAN, we say that is logically used to what? To group network users and resources. And so example of resource being a printer. So let's say that here we have yet another cable that connects a printer, right? So we have a printer here. We'll just assume it. And if we have assigned this printer to ICT department, so this printer is an example of a resource on the network. And so it means that because this printer is on ICT department, it's only members of ICT department that can access the printer and print from it. So if you are in finance, you will not be able to access this printer because this printer is not a member of finance department. Okay, so apart from grouping the users we have on the network according to their department, we could also group resources like printers. And so that actually is the power of VLAN. So we're able to group users and resources to specific ports that we have allocated to those devices on the switch. And that's the definition of VLAN. But the question still remains, why are we doing this? Well, we are doing this because we want to enhance the network security. So let's get back to the whiteboard. So here we are looking at the benefits of a VLAN, right? A couple of benefits here. Benefits number one, we said that VLAN is used to enhance the network security. So of course, on a local area network, we don't have a way of controlling who should access who. But then if we convert that local area network to a virtual local area network, we now have the powers to decide which department should talk to which department. All right, so it enhances network security within the switch. So know that VLAN is a layer 2 technology, so it's a switch thing. So VLAN operates or can be configured inside a switch. All right, so that's why we call it a layer 2 technology. But if you want people that are on the same switch not to be able to access each other anymore, what you do is to create a VLAN and put those people on different VLANs. It's as simple as that. Another benefit is here. So you could see the VLAN can also help us to minimize broadcast messages on the network. So when we have too many broadcast messages, which is messages coming from systems we have on the network, if system A needs something from system B, system A is going to send an announcement, say, hey, listen up, who knows system B on this network? System B, if you can hear me, I need this from you, please let me have your MAC address. Okay, so if a system needs something on the network, it shouts. Okay, that system that needs something is going to shout or make an announcement, and that announcement is called broadcast message. But then when too many systems on the network are looking for something, that means we are going to have too many broadcast messages. Now, what is the impact of having too many broadcast messages on a network? It slows down the network. The network will be very slow. Imagine you are sending a document to a printer. It can take like forever before the document gets to the printer, and the printer eventually prints out the document for you. All right, so if we have a VLAN and we break up our LAN into virtual LANs, it's going to speed up the network, and that is an advantage. Okay, and then the third thing here is that it helps us to simplify network management. So if we have broken our networks into VLAN, is going to make it easy for us to be able to manage it. Imagine where you have your network broken up into sales, HR, finance, and ICT. And so you might want to deny members of sales from going to social networking sites during work hours. So the likes of Facebook, Instagram, etc. All this website could be blocked, but only for sales, because we don't want it to affect the members of HR. So we want HR to go to that same website, but we don't want sales to go there. So we could create a policy and attach it to sales, and only members of sales will be denied, while other departments will still be able to access that same website. All right, so it simplifies configuration headache, and that's the beauty of having a virtual LAN. So I think we have seen what a VLAN is, and we've also seen what are the benefits of designing our network from LAN to virtual LAN. All right, so in the next video we are going to see how we can actually go ahead into the switches and then begin to create these VLANs and configure them. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next presentation.